Top 5 Serial Killers of the 21st Century. In the shadows of the 21st century, a new breed of darkness has emerged. Cold, calculated, and more elusive than ever before. These are the faces of true evil. From the streets of bustling metropolises to the quiet corners of remote towns, they left a trail of terror that still haunts us today. Welcome to my YouTube channel, where we dive deep into the darkest minds of the 21st century. Are you ready to uncover the terrifying truth? This is the top 5 serial killers of the 21st century. Number 1, Dennis Rader. Having named himself BTK after his modus operandi, for 20 years, Rader was a massive thorn in the side of the police in Kansas. When BTK came forward, everybody's life changed. He would see a woman walking, and he would say, "She's next." Like the infamous Jack the Ripper, he sent mocking letters to the cops and media. But in person, Rader seemed nice. He had a loving family and was the president of his local church congregation. His first victims were the Otero family in 1974, and his 10th and last victim was Dolores Davis in 1991. Then he dropped off the map, but in 2004, he began taunting them once again. However, he got sloppy with a floppy disk, and it was traced to his church. He asked the police in one of the communications, "What if I were to give you a floppy disk with more details of the killings? Could you identify me?" In 2005, Rader pleaded guilty and got 10 consecutive life sentences. Number 2, Robert Hansen. As a teenager, Robert Hansen would take part in hunting to escape his rough home life. But as he got older, his victims went from animals to human beings. He would abduct women, often sex workers, and assault them before driving or flying them out to the wilderness. Here he would hunt them down like prey, toying with their lives. Nicknamed the Butcher Baker by the media, Hansen was confirmed to have assaulted and killed at least 17 women. In his confession, Hansen described how he would take his victims into the woods and hunt them as prey. In 1983, a teenage sex worker named Cindy Paulson was set to be on that list. However, she managed to escape when he was stalking his plane and alerted the authorities, who would arrest him. He received a sentence of 461 years and died in prison after serving 31 years. After his sentencing, Hansen accompanied troopers into the field to find more of his victims, represented by X's on his map. Number 3, Israel Keyes. What's most terrifying for the police and the public is a killer with no MO. But to make things worse, how about one who was also trained by the US Army? This was the case of Israel Keyes. "I would let them come to me, this remote area. Can you go to a remote area that's not anywhere near where you live or what other people go to as well?" Across the country, Keyes had set up kill kits, which gave him access to equipment wherever he decided to attack someone. After he killed 18-year-old Samantha Koenig, the FBI was able to track his bank account use and make an arrest following the demand for a ransom. Police arrested 34-year-old Israel Keyes 4,000 miles away in Texas. Once he was in custody, however, it was discovered that Keyes was responsible for the murder of multiple victims. We did spend a fair amount of time talking about his crimes and his offenses as well, and those times were definitely very chilling to hear him talk about what he's done. Before he faced trial in 2012, Keyes took his own life, taking with him information that might have been used to solve other crimes. Number 4, Marcel Petiot. With France under German occupation in the 1940s, Marcel Petiot, a doctor, preyed on those attempting to escape persecution, later claiming he was working for the resistance even though there was no evidence. Petiot set up a fake escape route under the name Dr. Eugène in the midst of the German occupation during World War II. Petiot was considered a hero for operating a secret escape route for Jewish people attempting to leave Paris. He gave those running a fake vaccine containing cyanide before stealing their valuables and disposing of their bodies. 23 remains were discovered, but Petiot's lifetime victim count is suspected to be as high as 60, if not higher. In 1946, Petiot was executed by guillotine, which was still the country's method of capital punishment at the time. His last words, "Gentlemen, I ask you not to look. This will not be very pretty." Number 5, Karl Denke. Born in modern-day Poland in 1860, Karl Denke appeared to be a beloved member of his community. After all, they nicknamed him Papa as he let homeless people live in his house for free and volunteered at his local church for a time. But away from prying eyes, he held a very dark secret. In 1924, a badly injured Vincent Olivier alerted townsfolk that he was attacked by Denka. While the authorities didn't believe him, they later arrested their stand-up citizen as they investigated. Shortly after, Denka took his own life. The police then found human remains of at least 30 people in his house, some of which were made into items. There's also speculation Denka sold the remains to unsuspecting locals. These were just 5 of the most chilling figures of our time, but the stories of their crimes are far from forgotten. Remember, the face of evil can hide in plain sight. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and stay safe. If you found this video gripping, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the darkest corners of crime. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep your eyes open. You never know what's lurking in the shadows.